Lyoto, the Dragon, Machida. What a name, dude. If there's any name that sounds the most traditional martial arts, karate, I mean, Lyoto Machida is as dangerous as a name can sound, bro. It is so what an interesting name, right? And then they call him the Dragon. The Dragon, Lyoto Machida. You guys have been asking me to do a fighter showcase for the man for a while. It's been a long time since we did a fight with Machida, but today I was able to get a few fights in with him. We fought in the middleweight division because it was the welterweight and middleweight divisions. And when the weight class ended, I only had 2 fights, and so I did the last fight in the light heavyweight division. And it's very interesting the way Machida feels in both weight classes. You definitely feel more of his speed in the middleweight division as opposed to the light heavyweight division, which in contrast to the way the real life Machida was, you didn't really notice much of a difference just from watching him perform. He fought most of his career in the light heavyweight division. That's where he was champion. But then when he dropped down to the middleweight division, he didn't seem... I mean, he was fast, but in terms of a speed difference, he wasn't that much faster in the middleweight division than he was in the light heavyweight division. Definitely not like it is in the game. You will definitely feel a clear difference, right? But yeah, we got some really good fights in for you guys with Machida. I'm going to let those fights play out. Hopefully, I did the man justice. They were really good fights, in my opinion. And I hope you guys enjoyed it, especially those of you that have been asking me to do a showcase for the man. Hopefully you guys enjoy this one. So go check it out, and I'll see you guys soon. Alrighty, Lyoto Machida. Lyoto Machida. You know, I was just thinking about this name, Lyoto Machida. Like, if you asked me to come up with a name for a fictional character who has a lot of skills in traditional martial arts, who also maybe is a samurai, I would definitely call him Lyoto Machida. And if you ask me to come up with a nickname for him, I will call him the Dragon. It's very, very interesting, this man. A powerful, powerful name. Of course, even though Machida is Brazilian, yo, relax, bro. Relax. Calm your tits. Although Machida is Brazilian, he was born in Brazil. His dad is actually Japanese, which you know, when you hear that name Machida, it's not exactly a Brazilian name, right? It's not a Brazilian name. Machida is very much Japanese. Now we're facing another Brazilian in Jacare Souza. Now, Souza is definitely a Brazilian last name. The body. Careful, bro. I don't suspect this man's going to really try to take me down. But, I mean, when I saw him pick Jacare. Oh, I spoke too soon. Spoke a little bit too soon. To the body. Man, Lyoto in the UFC was a thing of beauty, bro. He was at a time when his style just wasn't common, you know? Fighters were simpler back then. They really were. They were much simpler back then. And then here comes Lyoto Machida, who started training karate at age 5? A man who got his black belt in Shotokan karate at age 13. Here comes Machida in the UFC, fighting all these guys in the UFC who did not have even half the striking skill that he had. And to top it off, it's karate, right? What the heck are you taunting me for, bro? Like, what's wrong with you? To top it off, it's karate. So he really buzzed right through a lot of guys, man. They did not know what to do with this man. They did not know what to do with this man. One moment, he's all the way outside. The next moment, he's blitzing you with crosses and smacking your body with a roundhouse to the body. Oh, ho, ho! Roundhouse to the body followed by a cross. And he was fast as all God knows, man. Of course, he was eventually figured out. But that's just what happens. With enough time Everything gets figured out. Nobody stays. If you fight long enough, you're going to get figured out. Doesn't matter, you know. The smart ones retire early before they get figured out. Khabib. You know what I mean. But everybody eventually gets figured out. That's just how it is. I cannot believe this man just fucking quit. What the heck? Oh, like, really, bro? Like, really? All right. Let's move on. All right. Next up is against the champion in the middleweight division, Alex Pereira. Let's get it. Martial arts is a very interesting thing. Like, I was just thinking while I was waiting how so many martial arts like originated from Brazil. So many martial arts originated from Brazil. No, not from Brazil. Japan. Not Brazil, Japan. Right? Like when you hear the word jiu-jitsu, right? It's like you don't think Brazil. Like jiu-jitsu is a Japanese term. And I think the history of jiu-jitsu has kind of been lost, right? It kind of has been lost. Like if you ask a lot of people, hey, where did jiu-jitsu come from? A lot of people would tell you straight up Brazil. It came from Brazil. But like jiu-jitsu didn't really come from Brazil. Brazilian jiu-jitsu came from Brazil, but jiu-jitsu originated in Japan. There's been accounts that it was way longer than that too, like from monks. It was like a martial arts that the monks practiced, like a more peaceful style martial arts that they practiced. But then the samurai started using jujutsu, right, as they call it, started using that in the battlefield. But because of the lack of flexibility of like the armor that they wear and all that, they started to develop a lot of throws, like devastating throws that they can use to devastate their opponent. So like these throws this is where it slowly started like forming into judo, right? Then like the mid 1800s, that's where Jigoro Kano comes into the picture. Jigoro Kano was trying to learn martial arts, traveled all over the place trying to find a martial arts that worked. Then he found judo, or at the time jiu-jitsu. And what he really liked about the martial arts at the time was the idea of effortlessly throwing a person. So he was more it's very interesting how like at every part of this history, it's like one guy being fascinated by one thing. Because like Jigoro Kano was fascinated by the idea of Kazushi, right? Kazushi is pretty much off balancing the opponent. Got him. Yeah, I'm not worried about this dude, to be honest with you guys. He's really not doing much for me to worry about him. Maybe if he rocks me, I'll sit up. But like, his game is fairly simple. Anyways, Jigoro, look at this. What are we doing right now? Jigoro Kano was interested. He was fascinated by the idea of Kazushi. As he was learning this new martial arts, he was fascinated that he was able to throw larger opponents with minimal effort, using their own momentum against them after off balancing them. And so that's when he started developing, like really diving deeper into this martial arts, and that's when he came up with judo. From there, of course, judo became a national sport. And then Jigoro Kano and his students started like just going all around the world to try to spread this martial arts, right? To teach this martial arts to different parts of the world, which is how judo ended up in Brazil. Jigoro Kano's student. I knew this was coming. All right. It's not going to work again. One of Jigoro Kano's students, what's his name again? What's his name again? Got him. What is his name? Misuo Maeda. Misuo Maeda. That's Jigoro Kano's student that brought judo to Brazil. And of course, you guys probably know the story from here. He started teaching judo to the Gracies. Carlos Gracie, for one, and his brother Helio. And now, of course, judo is mostly that. It was mostly throws, throwing techniques with a whole lot of kazushi, emphasis on kazushi. But the Gracie brothers were more fascinated with the ground techniques of judo, because judo also has ground techniques. A lot of people forget that judo is not just about throws, not just about the ippon. It has a lot, like, there's ground techniques, like, all the urigatamis and the straight arm locks and arm bars and all that is from judo. So that's what the Gracie brothers were interested in. They were more fascinated. They liked the standing aspect, but they were more fascinated with the ground techniques of judo, and that's where they focused most of their attention on. They started to develop that. They dived deeper into that. They're like, oh yeah, we like this ground stuff. We like this aspect of judo. This is the part we really like. And that's where Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu actually came from. They started developing, not developing, but like enhancing and refining and adding to the ground techniques that already existed in judo. Got him. And this is it, man. And they refined all that, and of course it became a family business. They taught it to their family members, and then through Royce Gracie, right, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu was marketed heavily to the world, of course, through UFC 1 and all that. But the origin, where the sport actually came from, is Japan. It's Japan. Predictable, boy. Predictable. You've been doing the same thing since round 1, bro. It's been committed to memory. I think we definitely it's very important to show respect to Brazil for what they did for jiu-jitsu, for sure. Without them, the ground techniques of judo would not be as emphasized. I mean, it would not be what it is today. But I think this whole, I don't want to be too brash, but there's definitely a lack of effort in making the public aware. Yo, get off me. In making the public aware of where this thing actually came from, It's not just a Brazilian thing. This is okay. You're gonna be like that. You're gonna be like that, huh, boy? All right, guys, hold on. We got him, boys. We got him. Hey, it's not gonna go well for you, man. It's not gonna go well. You have no stamina. This whole grappling thing is not gonna work out. You don't have stamina. No. Right, Granby right into close guard. No. Arm drag to the back. And he quit. What's wrong with y'all, man? Why would you guys finish a fight? I'm going to move on. Jan Wachowicz. This one's going to be tough. This one will be tough. We are currently in the light heavyweight division. The middleweight division ended, but I still needed one more fight with Machida, because the last guy that I fought was like he was an Alex Pereira player. Got him in like the round, was it round number 4, round number 3 or something like that, and his stamina was gone, and so he decided to freaking quit out. He took me down. I reversed him. What am I saying? You guys will see it in the video. I don't know why I'm telling you guys like you literally didn't just watch it. Yeah, this is already a tougher match. Oh my God. Check that. There we go. Yan and his long arms, man. I feel like he can reach me so far. Like Machida is kind of short-limbed, man. If I'm being honest, this man, I know he's a 6'1" dude, but like his limbs are so freaking. Look at this. There's no reason why that should have freaking whiffed. I thought I was in range. Can you please get off me? Uh-huh. Yeah, a lot of martial arts originated from Japan. Japan has been rich when it comes to martial arts. Like, the world owes Japan a whole lot, honestly. The world owes Japan a lot in terms of like martial arts. Of course, a lot of them, you know, a lot of them won't really work right now. But at the very least, the foundation of like I mean, look at where we are right now with jiu-jitsu, man. The innovation. Oh, okay. I see what we're doing. I'm trying to be tricky. At the end of the day, every martial arts gets innovated. You know what I mean? There's some. Yikes. There's some that for the most part is very recognizable. Like there hasn't been much of a change, right? Like if you take a look at boxing, for example, right? In terms of boxing skill, you look at like older boxers, the Sugar Ray Leonards and the Sugar Ray Robinsons, those guys, their boxing that doesn't look too different from the sort of boxing you see today, right? Like the technology of boxing can only get innovated so much. Like we saw some interesting things from Floyd Mayweather with that Philly shell, but for the most part, it's two guys throwing hands, right? There's only so much you can do. The more complex the martial arts, the more room for innovation that there is. A martial arts like jiu-jitsu, bro, like the black belts of the black belts of old compared to the black belts of today, they might as well be blue belts, bro. I'm not even exaggerating, dude. I mean, the sort of passing game, the expansion and explosion of leg locks. Of course, leg locks have always been a thing, but like, as they say, what's old becomes new again. But with some martial arts, it gets innovated so much more. More is added to it. It becomes trickier. There's more understanding of it. There's more study. You know, I wonder how wrestling has changed. I wonder. Wrestling is a sport that I'm starting to follow a little bit more right now, but I wonder how much it has changed from, I don't know, 10 years ago, right? 10, 20 years ago, compared to how it is now. Like, how much has it really changed? Oh my God, dude. All right, hold on. We got to try to focus on this fight. That's working. That's working a little bit. Me stabbing to the body like that. Yeah. I'm not timing my uppercuts properly. I want to stab him again. Good. I think that one pissed him off. I think that one pissed him off. I can almost see him when I hit him with that turning side kick to the body. He looked like he was like, really, bro? I can tell that one got him. You know why I can tell? Because that's that's very similar to what I do. Like, if someone gets me with something, I'm like, really, man? Really? Really? I rage a lot more than I should be with these games, and I'm trying to get better with that, to be honest with you guys. And it's not even about, like, a lot of times people think it's like, oh, it's because you care. It's like, not even about that, honestly, bro. It's just, it's a personality thing at the end of the day. You know what I mean? It really is. It's a personality thing. I've actually found that when I care, when I really, really care, I don't rage as much. I get cold. It's just, the game is just annoying. You know what I mean? It's just annoying. And you don't have to care to be annoyed. It's like, you can just be annoyed, even if you don't care. And that's just the thing with this game. Like, there's some times when, like, all right. Sweep the leg. There we go. Ah. I don't like those shots. There we go. I can do that too, bro. Aha. How you like that? How you like that? I need one more. Oh my God, really? The one time I decide to slip? Freaking hell. Like, he's been throwing that 1-2 the whole entire fight. And I was like, I was thinking to myself, this dude, you know, we're playing a thinking man's game right now. I know he's... I was thinking to myself, I don't want him to key in on the fact that I want to slip. I'm trying to get his head held down so that when I slip and counter, when I slip straight at him, it's gonna mean something. And in that exact... Oh, my Lord. You see what I mean? You see what I mean? And this is definitely user error, but, like, there's just sometimes where you feel like a player reads your mind. You're like, what the heck? Like, how the hell? This whole time, you haven't been throwing the jab hook. And then in this exact moment that I decided to slip, that's when you throw the jab hook. Right? It's like... Am I the only one that happens to? Like, there have been moments when I've been, like, KO'd with, like, a perfect front kick, right? And it's, like, the one time in the fight that I decided to duck. That's that exact moment. Or when I decided to shoot for a takedown, I was like, dude, the whole fight I haven't shot for a single takedown. And then this one moment that I decided to shoot, that's when you throw. Oh, my God. I'm about to get KO'd. I'm about to get KO'd. Like, this is the moment you decide to throw your freaking front kick and catch me and knock me out. Like, right there. Got him. Some of you have also asked me, like, where do I look when I'm striking in this game? You look at your opponent, man. Apparently, some of you look at your character. Like, what? Don't look at your character. Look at your opponent. Don't be watching yourself. You watch your opponent. That's where your eye should be. Look at your opponent and see what your opponent is doing. Don't watch yourself. You watching yourself does not help you. You already know what you're about to do. You already know what you're doing. You don't have to look at it. Just eyes on your opponent the whole time. I think sometimes players admire their own work a bit too much. Like, they throw a beautiful strike and then they're watching themselves. I'm like, hey, man, it's gorgeous for sure. But you're going to miss out on what's happening. Rock them. You're going to miss out on what's happening if you're over there watching yourself. Get up, get up. Let's see. You're waiting for me to throw a spin, aren't you? Aha, look at you. Look at you sidestepping. I wasn't going to do it. He's getting aggressive now because he knows he needs to finish. These are the moments where everybody is dangerous. Right here. I am feeling very cornered right now. Woo! That was a good one. That was a good one. Redeemed myself from that last fight. The last two. I mean, we had two opponents quit out on us consecutively, man. What are y'all afraid of with Machida? Is it because he's the dragon? Is that what's making you afraid? Huh? Is that why you're not completing fights? Anyways, hope you guys enjoyed this video. You guys have been asking for a Machida show. I love that. I love that last name, Machida. You've been asking for a Machida fighter showcase. Hope this was worth it. Hope I did the man justice. If you enjoyed the video, go right ahead, leave a like on it. Always helps out the channel. And I'll see you guys later. As always, stay safe. Peace out. Have a good one, boys. Have a good one.